We're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. But tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Throwing to start here is Tua. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
Now Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Tua going to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll run. Here's Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Tua. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Well, all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down, Ravens.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. He'll dump this off to Ochan. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On play action, here's Tua. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins at 0-8 now on the year. And you'd like to say, let's put the first half behind us and start over, but it's likely not going to be that easy.
It never is it? Because a lot of people say, look forward. Let's go ahead and start rebuilding. Let's think about the draft and free agency. But you have a bunch of
rush coming, and he's taken down. Nabi Matabike. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
It's safe. Go ahead. Solo left Zion. Whoa!
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But you look at this defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
From the gun, they'll hand this off. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And very little there. He might have. On a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get the play.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Dolphins 7.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nabi Matabike. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
There's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 41-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Sam Laporta, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Now the try here for the point after. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Dolphins 7.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 5.
Go ahead. Out, we're done. 20, TX. Get on.
Again, it's Achane. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
21G.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He'll try to pick it up himself. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Tua signaling to change things up. They'll run. Achane. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Dolphins 14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to the Porta. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 17 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Room here to run. Now he's loose again. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Ravens 38. Dolphins 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Looking to pass. Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, get set. Ready.
That's caught by Waller on the left side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hey, report. Report.
To throw is Jackson. That is caught by Laporta. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Sam Laporta with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. A give left side. Here's Achane to the 27-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready. Ready, two,
Off the play action. Tagovailoa. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
At the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Yep, ready. Out, out.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Now he's going to step up and run. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Well, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
It's a gain of 75 yards. And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and goal, Baltimore.
try to run this one in. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
He's got it with the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A quick hitter complete. It's Washington. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
21G, 21G. 22. Watson, Oscar. Out.
To and a throw again. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Turbo 1, hard. Hey.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Quick slam into the hands of Darren Waller. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll go. H.M. And he'll get it only to about the 3 and no further as they stop it. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continue to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
1st and 10 at the 19.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Now he's into the clear again. He's on his way. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
It's a gain of
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again, so another loss in the... And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 66. Dolphins 14.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive starts with a run from H.M. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Right back to H.M. on second down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so